And hello, welcome everyone. Thank you for sticking around and thanks for waiting for us. A little bit of technical difficulties, but par for the course. We are here. Welcome to yet another episode of Those Natural Ones. Before we get started, as always, a few announcements. First off, this Friday, the 19th, right here, twitch.tv/Those Natural Ones and youtube.com/@Those Natural Ones and even kick.com/Those Natural Ones. You can watch us. You can watch Emery try and kill us all in a one-shot.
Hi.
Would you like to say anything about this madness, Emery?
Yeah, in a madness that I keep foisting upon myself, I am going to be with not just myself, but with Nick, Chris, Cass, and Scott. I am going to be running them through a one-night, one-shot tower defense that I've taken to just calling In Our Defense. You're going to get to see what happened.
This is actually
very shortly after.
This is actually a litigation simulator. So
Oh my gosh. The glove is not mine.
Yeah, you will have no fifth to plead with this one. Yeah, we're going to see what happens very shortly after the main group goes off to the Feywild and how things went bad very quickly. Tune in.
indeed, I am super excited, especially since I get to play and not just DM. Those are always
It's a rare
fun times.
occasion.
I know. So, tune in. That's this Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on our channels that I just mentioned. Other than that, Scott, it's your turn.
It's my turn. Hi, I'm Scott. I'm here to tell you about our Patreon. Patreon.com/Those Natural Ones. Please check it out. Support the stream. It's our preferred way. I mean, it's the best. Check it out. There's many different levels to choose from. One of those is a weekly shout out. So once again, thank you, Lesson Floor, Marlat, and Don Marlat for your continued support. Lots of different merch, lots of different things like access to our Discord channel where we share memes and stuff during the show. Check it out. Patreon.com/Those Natural Ones. And look for the ticker of our full list of patrons, the mid and end screens.
Thank you. And if you want to see more in person, sitting around a table, rolling real actual dice, episodes like that, Patreon's the best way to do it. Give us your money so we can do fun things with it and entertain you. It's all about entertainment. Thank you. Other than Patreon, where else can they support us? Mr. Emery, back to you.
Tell people about other platforms. Oh, that's in brackets. Sorry.
Thanks, Brennan.
Yeah, that's a meme now. Read the prompter prompts. When you're not supporting us on Patreon directly, you can also support us by tuning in every Tuesday at 8:30-ish p.m. Eastern Standard Daylight Savings not time on YouTube, on Twitch, on Kick, on Trovo. You can interact with us directly by going to our Facebook page. You can interact with us on Threads, which is better Twitter, or interact with us on, the site formerly or soon to be once again known as Twitter. You can also interact with our very own Butch on Butch's blog on Tumblr.
That's right, Butch's blog. Just search Those Natural Ones on Tumblr. You'll find Butch's blog. You can ask me questions. Butch will answer them. He will give you inside information, secrets that may or may not be correct. But they're still secrets.
Secrets. Rumors. You can also, for those of you listening to the podcast-only form, find our episodes wherever podcasts are spread out and cast into the universe. Do remember to like, subscribe, share, hit the bell for notifications. And when you hit the bell, make sure to hit all and not personalize, so that way you never miss an episode. Sound off in the comments and let us know how we're doing. Either good or, probably bad.
Awesome. Either good or awesome.
Good or awesome. Those are your choices. Yeah, share. Tell your friends. Any and all engagement helps us out a ton.
Oh my God, Scott. No,
No,
you did
you're
it.
fine.
You did it great. That was a Discord thing.
Fantastic.
I had no sci-fi prompt whatsoever.
And yeah.
Fantastic.
All right. Anyway,
Oh my gosh.
so thank you for that. I think that is just about it for the announcements.
That's my picture.
So,
no.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, no.
The prompt was medieval Dungeons and Dragons rogue lounging in a hiding place avoiding duty's leather armor.
Fantastic. And
And I put
R2D2.
R2D2 in the background.
Thank you.
I have so many questions.
Thank you all. Anyway, on that note, I think that is it for our announcements. So before we jump into it, Sam's back with our recap.
Sam, you know you can change the turn of events here.
Yes.
Change the end of last episode.
Yes,
Remarkably, nothing
exactly how that
exciting
works.
happened. And we just hung out and learned about Gwen's childhood home. The end. That was it.
And
Campaign over, actually. We all rode off into the sunset holding hands. It was great.
I mean, it might be campaign over. You don't know.
Or you could go fuck yourself. Anyways,
Straight up
sorry,
revisionist
Scott.
history.
Anyway.
Oh, we're past 5 minutes by now.
Oh,
Easily.
so here's what actually happened, and not the I didn't change anything. Here's what actually happened. Gwen transported the team with the Jarl and his entourage via plants to Mesh, where the Resistance had relocated to Gwen's childhood home. Once there, the team quickly reunited with the Resistance, including General Calliope and Casil. The Jarl and Calliope began their talks. Butch determined that there might be another place for the Resistance to set up about 200 miles north of Hymir's home, which Hymir was quite keen to hear. With wine served to the Jarl, we discussed what we assumed was happening to Rhett with Vecna's cursed artifacts. As that discussion continued, none other than the handsome devil, pun intended, Levistus, walked out of the hearth. And here we are.
And that is exactly where you are. As Elric was recounting the tales of... let me get some music playing here real quick. Let's see here. This sounds like a good one to do. As Elric was recounting the stories and lore and legends of Vecna and his rise to lichdom and potential godhood, this extremely handsome man emerges from blue flame in the hearth and says, "I'm glad to hear those tales are still being told." And as Levistus shows up, which 4 of you recognize, what are you doing as this man appears?
Whoa. Hey.
I would like to ready an action.
What,
Immediately draw a spear.
Yep. Immediately draw a spear. What action are you readying?
I'll just reach my hand out to shake his hand.
I'm going to ready casting Circle of Power if he draws his rapier
Okay.
or whatever weapon he has.
Yes, you do notice sheathed on his left hip a combination twisted of a silvered steel, almost chrome-like, and very cool in feel and vision and visage, but wrapped in a ice blue, maybe even a deep blue that still almost has a glow to it, a cool glow to it, in a blue, what appears to be a blue, almost leather textured sheath on his left hip. On his right hip, matching but significantly smaller, a dagger of some sort with a very similar look. An intricate, almost basket weave style handguard on both.
Can I prepare an action if either he or if he attacks someone or one of our people attacks him? I just want to target whoever the first person to attack is.
Okay, what are you holding?
Do I have to say it, or can I just
You
tell
can say
you?
a spell.
You can say you're holding a
attack.
spell.
I am holding a spell.
Mm-hmm.
That is what I'm doing.
All right, and
I don't know who this guy is, so I'm just going, hey, guy with finger guns. How's it going?
Just buddy
down my
Jesus
hand to
style.
shake.
you reach out a hand to
Yeah,
shake.
they're like, hey, are you one of Heimir's friends?
Roll me a deception check.
This ought to go well.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. That's a social skill.
That's a 7. I'm going with it, though.
You're going with it. All right, let's just go ahead and see what happens. Where
say-
is my insight?
You want a Heimir's friend?
That's a 26. He reaches his hand out to you. A grin. Grasps your palm and says, I think you of all people are well aware of who I am.
Who, me? BD Nut Milk?
Looks around at everyone. You see in the corner the water genasi. You can almost feel their muscles tensing. You see Rain kind of take a step back, hand to her rapiers, just kind of one on each hilt, just kind of readying themselves. Casil, who was kind of leaning up against the hearth, kind of jumps out, raises his hand slightly, and just kind of starts. You can see him kind of swaying back and forth slightly. Walking through the door stopped from the hallway that led to the study themselves. Standing next to each other, you see the Jarl as well as Calliope stop in their tracks. The Jarl looking more confused. Calliope, you can see from across the room, jaw clenched, hand instantly going towards the sword on her back. It's like, please, please. I did not come here for a fight. Trust me, if I wanted
Did
to...
it tingle when I shook his hand?
It felt cold, very. It was like grabbing ice. If I wanted to fight you, you would all already be dead. So, please, relax.
Butch says, is it Prince Levistus?
Some have called me that, yes.
It would be remiss of us to not welcome you.
Thank you, Life Turtle.
He takes a step away from the hearth still glowing in that blue flame from behind. Well, you all have seemed to be doing well for yourself since our last encounter.
I
Anybody want to fill me in?
would love to know why you're here.
Phrasing.
I'm going to, when Orpheus says, can somebody fill me in, I'm going to speak into his mind. So I'm just going to think this at him, and I'm going to say, way back when we accidentally teleported to one of the layers of hell, it was cold, we ended up accidentally freeing him after he had convinced some of the party that he was a good guy, and that person convinced everyone else, and then we let him go, and then it was like, oh shit, it's Levistus. The end.
So I'm also gonna ask if anybody
Morpheus
can
just
fill
looks
me
more
in.
confused than ever.
I'm gonna repeat the exact same thing into her head.
And
Can you,
as
though?
and as you repeat those two things, suddenly right afterwards, the two of you hear in your head, and that's me. Ooh. As you look over, and he's just kind of doing this like motion.
Do I hear that? Or do just them?
Yeah, you hear it too.
Then I audibly go, what the fuck? And I cross my arms.
How is Stygia?
Anyway, I did not come here for inane small talk. I came here to potentially...
You're inane small.
That's what we do here, though.
We have wine, cheese.
Oh my god.
Nut milk.
Unlike you, we are not
Don't
as
forget the nut
charismatic.
milk.
State your business.
I am here to make a deal. To offer a deal.
To who, Fabio?
That must be some kind of elf thing.
Fabio? Yeah.
It would be.
Yeah, Fabio would absolutely be a high elf. Anyway, God damn it. I am here to propose a deal. As you all seem to be on the knife's edge, on the verge of complete annihilation, perhaps I may offer a solution. You all were so kind as to free me from my eternal prison. Perhaps it's time for me to return the favor.
How convenient.
Do you have a problem, Elf?
I'm not with a problem yet, although I am expecting one, devil.
I mean, technically, you do have a problem.
I think we all kind of have a problem here.
I came here under friendly circumstances. I would like to keep it that way. But that choice is yours.
What? How do you feel about the shenanigans that are going on up here in the material plane
The
and also the fabric of the planes in general?
kind of
Reality
the
itself.
entire time that he's talking this, he's just kind of meandering. Go ahead and, if you guys want, if this is not where you pictured yourself on the map, you can go ahead and move yourself to where you would have assumed that you would have been. I just kind of put you guys where I thought you might have been.
See, I was over checking out the granite. That's why I shook his hand.
Yeah, I just moved you slightly over. And Hymir was actually close to you because you two were talking, so I'm going to put him there. I'll go ahead and turn on the map for everyone else to see, just so we can...
Is that where Castile was?
Yeah, Casil was leaning up against the hearth over there. So
I would say Orpheus was talking to him, so
Okay.
I'll put him over here.
All right, Butch, I put you up there because the kitchen is right to the top right up there. So I figured you would just come out of the kitchen. That's kind of
Where's
why
Yeah, that makes sense.
general?
the general is up next to the door with the Jarl.
Next to the king.
Yeah.
So we were giving the general, like,
Yes, you.
Gwen had served the wine.
I'd assumed
right?
you had come back out and
Okay.
gone back with Rain. If you would like to move yourself, feel free.
Nah, I'll stick
And then
right
when-
on Rain's hip.
While all this is happening, the two of them came out. So that's you asked. I'm sorry. After all of that, you asked about the shenanigans and all of that that's happening,
Yeah.
right, Sam?
Shenanigans.
That's-
Yes, I asked how you feel about what's happening on the material plane and what is happening to the fabric of the planes. You know, that old bag.
And as he continues to just kind of pace around, he's like, funny enough, that's actually what I came here to discuss with you. kind of walks over to one of the tables and kind of runs his fingers along the table. You notice
Darn
that
it.
the entire time he is very, lax about turning his back to people. He doesn't seem to care. He's constantly just meandering throughout the room, not really paying much attention, or at least it seems that he's not paying much attention to where people are moving. Easily just without a care, showing his back to people. You've been in battles plenty of times to realize that he is acting very cocky right now. It's that's actually what I came to discuss with you. It appears that my little brother's ambitions seem to have somehow fallen outside of the gaze of Asmodeus. I would bring him this news myself, but he is more likely to believe the words of an archfey than myself. So, I propose a deal.
Nick, DM question.
Yo.
Would Orpheus, having spent so much time in hell, be familiar with the other rulers like Levistus?
Make me a history check.
This guy was locked up in ice for a long, long time, so it's not like he was active.
Unlikely.
Unlikely.
I mean,
With a
above
five,
board, he
you
was very active
you
communicating
focused.
with people.
Yeah, you focused
Was he?
on.
Yeah, with telepathy.
Yeah, you focused on what was in front of you. You didn't really worry about what was going on the other layers of hell.
In an effort to maybe kind of test the waters with Levistus, Orpheus is going to speak up. You aware of what happened to Dispater?
He kind of turns towards you. It's there have been rumors.
Well, we've seen him.
We
If you care
poked
to
him.
know.
What'd you say, Arden?
We poked him.
So you have been to the top of the tower?
Yeah. Oh. You're that Levistus.
As I was saying, I feel compelled to tell you all, as you have seemed to be the ones to be the largest thorn in Titivulus's side. Perhaps we could work out a bargain. I could give you a little bit of information and set you on a path towards potentially finding yourself allies in this war, potentially finding the most powerful allies you can come across, turning the tides, as it were.
I must warn you, Levistus, in all honesty, that if you are to help us, you may accidentally curry favor with Asmodeus and wander into his good graces.
Thank you again, Life Turtle.
He just kind of laughs a little bit, chuckles under his breath slightly. That is a risk I may be willing to take. For it is that particular thing that I bring to you. If what you're saying is true, like I said, the rumors have been speculating, have been circling the hells of Titivulus overstepping, dispatching Dispater, but not by honor, not by combat, but by cowardice, subterfuge. And the fact that he is not outright claimed this victory and not outright claimed his rightful place as ruler of Dis. Well, that's not something Asmodeus would like very much at all. Asmodeus respects power, respects authority, and respects his law. And his law states that if a devil is to challenge and usurp their higher-ups, they do it in open combat. Not behind the guise of misplaced subterfuge and all of this backstabbing and help from outside planes and outside spots. So, my proposal. Travel to Asmodeus. Give him this news. Perhaps you'll find yourself an ally that is much more powerful than the enemy you face.
But why would we not simply ally ourselves with you? If you were to bring an army to help wipe out the mind flayers, surely that would benefit you.
Perhaps. However, I have other things on my mind. I have... At this point, he has moved his way over to this counter over here. Finds a goblet with probably half filled with wine still, and kind of lifts it up, and inspecting it, and swirls the wine inside, sniffs it, then places it back. I have other ventures, other duties that need my attention. And let's be honest, as ruler of the Hells, there was no one that can quite curry the favor and quite rally the forces as Asmodeus. He demands allegiance from all planes, all layers of the Hells, not just Stygia.
So we're just like supposed to show up and say hi?
I think we'd be more diplomatic than that.
Bring him a gift of nut milk.
You said you've been to the top of the tower. You've seen Despater, correct?
Yes, and you also know there is no way we could possibly lie to you.
Indeed.
That's
So-
correct, Life Turtle.
What would you... what would we like in exchange for telling you what we saw?
You've already told me what you saw. You're not exactly in a position to bargain, or to barter at this point.
No, that's... Yes, we told you some of what we saw.
Now,
You see, what had happened was...
what you don't know, and what you probably were unaware of at the time, excuse me, Levistus had to belch. What you
That's the one.
What you don't know, and what you probably weren't aware of at the time, is that the ruler of each layer, of each level, is given a communication device that crosses between the planes and allows for safe passage between the hells.
Like a speedboat?
nothing quite as crude.
It's not an amulet, is it?
This device
It's an amulet.
will give you access directly to Nessus and the palace of Despater. The palace of Asmodeus. It'll allow you safe passage. It's placed on a pedestal in Despater's throne room. It is, to the human eye, to the mortal eye, may appear as just a common skull adorned with gems and rubies.
This one?
Oh my god.
You all seem...
I pulled out of the bag of holding the jeweled skull
Yes.
that Butch gave me, for the record.
Orpheus is viciously glaring at Gwen right now.
Oh, no.
That was our
put it back
ace
in the
in
bag
the
of holding.
hole.
Damn it, Lady Death.
Sorry, I got excited.
You all seem to be a lot more formidable and a lot more clever than I gave you credit for.
Except for Gwen.
Lady Death. You mean?
Levistus,
Yes, Lady Death.
you know I must respect your power, for it is practically immeasurable. But what are we to say to Asmodeus now that we know you plan to make a move against him once his armies and forces are elsewhere?
Who says I'm going to make a move against him?
Does what you're doing now not count?
Good point, Mr. Cheeks.
All I am doing...
I'm
All I am doing
to
right
switch
now-
sides right now.
All I am doing right now is returning the favor that you all so graciously did for me.
Can someone please remind me what it is that we're getting?
Nick, can you check the chat when you got a moment?
So you've suggested we go speak to Asmodeus,
shoot.
which
All right, I'm going to go back here because, yeah, that's all screwed up. Thank you. Sorry, guys, the
Character
cameras were all
moment. Try not
messed
to
up.
break it up.
No, you're
all
good.
screwed up.
All right, so anyway.
Oh, would you like to come with us to visit Asmodeus?
Like I said, I have other things that require my attention.
Yes, but can someone please remind me what it is that we're getting? Because we already have the skull, and we were already planning on visiting Asmodeus.
I think what we got was the information that Asmodeus is a potential ally. I think that's what he's saying.
Yes, and that's something that we were already given by my goddess. So I'm not sure what it is you're bringing to this conversation.
Were we?
Well, if that is the case, I guess you don't need my assistance after all.
No, we would love your assistance, and I would love to help you get back into Asmodeus's good graces. We need all the help that we can get. And I am very happy at a certain level that you're here to speak with us today. This is very noble of you. I'm very pleased to see that you are concerned with the fate of reality. I'm not
Here's
sure
the
how much
thing,
there will be left to rule.
and here's the thing about being a ruler and being in a position as a god, is that being a god and being a ruler is only as good as the people that you have serving under you. And if Tativilis is indeed allowed to fulfill his vision here, well, that doesn't bode well for any of us in power.
Do you have anything that can help us destroy demons.
Did you above board? Did you mean demons or devils?
I meant demons.
Okay.
Demons?
I
We kind
suspect.
of want something that gets rid of devils.
Yeah, but we're gonna have to go to the abyss at some point.
The abyss came to us, I think. We might not have to go there anymore.
Oh, okay.
So,
Levistus, did you really come all this way only for you to find out that everything you were going to give us and tell us we already have?
it may appear so. However, since I've made it this far, perhaps there's something else you might need.
We can offer you wine, cheese.
Oh, cheese?
Very nicely cooked mushrooms in a garlic sauce.
Looks at you, Gwen.
Instantly shaking my head. Mm-mm. Nope. No, thank you. I've already had some.
Make me a wisdom saving throw.
Is it because I shook my head?
Nope. Just make me a wisdom saving throw.
He rattled your brain too much. Make a wisdom.
God damn it.
What?
Right? He's probably pissed
More
at
than
us.
28, Gwen.
Make me a wisdom saving throw.
I'm attempting to do so. I am paralyzed with panic. Shit, where's my... Oh, there it is. Like I said, panic. 21?
As he looks at you, you see the ice blue eyes flash slightly. And you feel you're overcome with a sense of relief looking at him as he grins slightly from...
Wait, don't I get advantage against charms?
You do. Go ahead and roll it again.
Not that, you know. Fingers crossed, I guess.
Right?
Ah, just kidding. This is my
Oh.
life now. What beautiful eyes you have.
He takes a step closer to you, and you feel calm
Oh, I feel calm.
since he walked in, and you feel compelled. This man's just here to help you.
Seeing how close he's getting to her, Orpheus is going to start walking towards him.
Okay. Now,
What do we
If you
roll
would-
to have? Is this passive to notice this has happened, or
if you all you see is him taking a step towards Gwen. Now, my dear, if you would be so kind, may I inspect that skull? And he
Orpheus
holds,
runs up to grab her hand.
he holds his hand out. You're running up to grab his hand?
I'm
to-
running. No, to her hand. So she can't hand him a skull.
I think? Butcher,
I guess at this point I'm just reaching into the bag of holding. I haven't even grabbed it yet.
Yeah, you
But-
would be... Are you
Should we roll?
interfering?
If I was under the impression she had the skull out, so if that's the case, I'm interfering and running up.
if Orpheus is running, Butch is going to run too.
Where are we running, guys? I'll run too.
Okay, so the three of you, Ember, Butch, and Orpheus, start running up to Gwen as she is not taking her eyes off, locked eyes with Levistus, reaching her hand into the bag of holding. as her hand starts emerging out with the skull. Are you doing anything to stop her?
I'm gonna tickle her under her armpit.
Because I was going for her arm originally.
So you grab her arm?
Mm.
Roll me a D2.
A D2?
Yes.
One.
As you reach and grab her arm, and Butch is running up,
I'm trying to get myself between them.
and Ember is running up, you see Levistus stop for a second. He puts a finger up. It would be unwise to interfere.
Said we were wise.
Are you continuing? Are the three of you continuing?
I'm not letting go of her hand. I'm just staring him.
Perhaps.
Is there anything that happens under the charm effect to me when he grabs my hand?
You are trying to, I mean...
Like I'm still trying to do what Levistus asked me to do?
Make a contested... This would technically be a grapple. So make a contested athletics check between the two of you.
Oh, I don't want to do that. I rescind my question. I regret
That's how that
everything
works,
that's happened. Matter of fact, oh no, I'm having internet trouble.
Well, you have a chance because I rolled low. 13.
Fuck! Seriously? No!
So Gwen's
That's unfortunate.
able to wrench her
Oh,
arm
shit.
free, and she starts producing the skull again. As
I like to
she's
put myself between the two of them.
as you
Can I ask him why he wants it? Is that against the charm for
No.
me to just ask him?
you can ask him.
Yeah. It says, why do you? What do you want to see?
I just want to verify that this is not a fake.
You're not gonna take it from me?
Would I do that? Of course not. You can trust me.
Will you promise not
Okay.
You can't
On your-
trust him.
to? On your honor?
I spent
can't
plenty of time
tell
in
how
hell. You
weird
can't
Gwen
trust
is
these
acting.
devils.
I mean, they can. More than likely, you guys can figure out that she is potentially charmed at this point. Yes.
Because she's
I mean,
acting with him the way she
resisting
acts
my
with
arm,
Rain.
so
Yeah.
unusual.
That
So
is not good territory.
so
to
Butch is
Is
moving
Rain
between.
here? Is Rain getting jealous?
Rain's right next to me.
So
Is Rain getting jealous?
Yeah, she's not
Butch,
doing anything.
if you're
now.
getting in between, you would be right there.
Okay.
So Butch runs up. And as Gwen is trying to reach the skull up, he looks at you again. He's like, I asked you not to interfere. I suggest you move out of the way, or perhaps a display will be needed.
You wouldn't do that.
With all due respect, if you would only give your word that you would head right back.
Okay. I give you my word.
Thank you.
Wouldn't it be funny if you weren't able to say that anymore?
Yeah.
Now,
We went through that.
move.
Wrong plane.
Oh, is he looking at me?
Yes. He puts his hand out again towards you, Gwen. Is anyone else doing anything?
Orpheus is still trying to hold her hand, but since I failed the check, I'm guessing it's still coming out.
It would be.
I just look at Orpheus and I'm like, it's okay, Orpheus.
It's not.
It's fine.
So as
Don't trust lords of hell.
Since this is happening, and he's already told you twice now not to interfere, perhaps a display is needed.
There need be no violence.
He turns his gaze towards Orpheus. Since you're doing it, I'm gonna roll a d2 again.
Okay.
If he hurts,
That's a 2
2.
this time.
can I ask something above board about charm?
Sure.
So, does it... All it does is it makes me trust him. It doesn't make me dislike my companions less.
Correct.
Right?
But you
So if I...
you trust him just as much as you trust them.
But if I were to see Elric about to fireball Arnon, let's call back to that when it inevitably happens. But if I were about to see Elric fireball Arnon, I could stop Elric. So can I see him start to get pissed at Orpheus and try to stand between him and Orpheus? Like try to block his line of sight?
If you would like to, you certainly
I would
can try.
Like to. I would like to.
So you okay?
I'm gonna put. Assuming I haven't fully taken the skull back out, I'm gonna put it back in and be like, wait, in front of Levistus.
I asked you for the skull, and I asked you not to interfere.
Right. And I was gonna.
He
give you
turns towards
keep trying to
Casil.
like wait. No. Wait.
Looks at him and says one word
no
in
no.
Infernal. Esperita. And Casil is dead. Falls to the ground.
Orpheus speaks Infernal. Is there any inference there?
It's a word that it's more magical. You don't quite understand it. Now,
Do I know what that is?
roll me a Arcana check.
Can I run over to Casil?
I'm proficient in Arcana as well, so we're trying.
Sure.
Or you can have me. I'll help Elric as a
Sure.
just for the sake of
Anybody
roll.
revivify?
20. Yeah, you know what this is. Now, he points towards Amisra. If you wouldn't mind, and holds his hand out towards you, not taking his eyes off of you, Gwen.
Give him the skull.
I hand him the skull.
He puts his
I
hand.
should run over to.
Did anything happen to the charm effect when he killed Casil?
No, it's just when you are damaged.
So I just trust that he had a good reason for killing a comrade.
I mean, he told you guys.
Wait a
He
second.
warned you.
No, I know,
No, this
but
is
I'm
this
trying to
is
figure out how to, like-
this is what's going through your head. He's like, what's going through your head is he warned us. He told us not to. He said not to do it. That's what's going through Gwen's head right now.
Fucking panic. Got it.
He takes the skull.
Goddamn skull.
Places it inside, and he's like, he takes his hand down. And he's like, thank you. Now,
At this point, just for role play, Orpheus is in a near blind rage that the person he was close to from the bleeding heart was seemingly just killed. So I'm just warning the group. It's very obvious that Orpheus is about to fucking unload on this guy.
If
or attempt to.
Orpheus makes, can I hold
Role
an
play. Let
action?
me know.
Can I hold an
As-
action to cast a spell if Orpheus looks like he's about to attack, or if he goes into motion to attack?
okay.
I'm just going to actively say to Orpheus, stand down.
Now, since we made the roll, do we know clearly what the spell is now? Do Elric and I?
Yes.
Yeah, that.
Which is just like a death spell or something.
It's speak a word and that person
It's
dies.
Avada Kedavra.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
I as soon as Casil dropped, I cast Alacrity on myself.
If he can do that, he's the most powerful thing in the room right now.
Is he the most beautiful girl in the room? Actually,
You
Let's
see
not go
the
that far.
you
Let's
see
not go that far.
good
you
song.
see Ragnar gripping his great axe, and you see Vigos kind of readying herself as well. Calliope starts running towards her brother.
Butch.
Orpheus begins yelling at him in Infernal.
All right, Butch is going to run over to her brother.
Now
So
that-
this is what you come for, huh? To stir up trouble for no good reason. You wanted our help. This is what you give us?
I got what I wanted.
You'll regret it.
You're not the first person to say that. I like
You gave your
gumption.
word that you would return it
I lied.
right away on your honor. You've impugned your honor.
Clearly, you do not know that much about the devils.
You change your own rules?
Devil!
What makes you better than the demons? If you change your own rules.
They're not.
I'm gonna.
You have your skull. Take it and leave.
You
One-
can't say that.
Take it and
Take it and get the fuck out of here.
There's one last thing before I
No.
depart.
Will you leave us so soon?
Could you leave sooner?
Okay, Nick, I'm gonna do the thing.
What's the thing?
Divine intervention.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask that the Mystic Seer get him out of here.
Go for it.
Wasn't he just leaving?
He's gonna
Yeah,
do
one
one
more
last
thing.
thing
He did
before
say-
he goes.
One
Shitty
more thing.
It could have been a good thing.
What do I have to roll? Is it under my
It's
level?
a D100, you have to roll under your level.
All right, here we go. Nah,
Nope.
there's a shot.
Your gods have no power here. He looks to you, Butch, as you cast your divine intervention. One last thing before I leave. What I told you is true. Asmodeus would have no love loss for Titivulus and his sneaky behavior. You could very well find a decent ally, as long as you catch him on the right day. He starts walking back towards the hearth, still glowing in blue flame. Now, this has been fun. As he walks through, right before he steps in to the fire,
He farts and incinerates himself.
exactly. Is he gonna do it? Hold on one second.
Mr. Queef.
God damn it.
Mystic Queef.
You know it was the tight exit.
He looks, before he walks out, he looks up to you, Arnon. You've helped me.
BD nut milk.
You've helped me once before. You see his eyes glow, and I would like you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, those always go splendidly.
God damn it.
It's only
Is this a
28.
charm effect?
It is.
Nope.
It is.
So I have advantage?
Yeah.
You got a chance. Not a good chance.
12.
That's not it.
Oh no.
Nailed it.
You see
no.
Orpheus is still fuming, by the way, so.
You see the flash of his eyes, and anyone who might be looking close enough might see a small flash in Arnon's eyes as well.
Definitely looking in that direction.
You hear something in your head.
Not this shit again.
Something no one else hears. As
Fucking
he
baby shark.
For the rest of your days. That's what's stuck in your head.
Well, that's what my own personal hell would be. So I'm just projecting as Scott.
Levistus, do 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 do. Levistus, do 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 do.
I hate it so much
Truly.
more now.
Truly a fate worse than death.
He disappears into the fire, and the blue flame diminishes and returns back to the orange glow it was before.
Anybody have Revivify?
Yeah, that's where Butch went over there. He's got it.
It's too late. It's within the round. Where's it within a minute?
It's within a minute.
Within
You have
a
a
minute.
minute. You have a minute.
Oh, then I'll
You got
do
a
it.
minute. You got a minute. It's cool.
Does the charm effect drop?
Um.
Or do I have to keep rolling until I beat it?
Oh, there's no roll.
I'm just charmed indefinitely?
You're charmed until charm falls off, which would.
Does Rain notice how charmed she is by somebody else?
It lasts for an hour.
So I'm still charmed.
You are.
Fuck
Orpheus.
me.
She's
Orpheus
just
had
walking
ran over
around
to
saying how great he
Theo
is
as well.
and how handsome he is.
No, I'm actually petrified because we didn't listen to him, and then there were consequences to our actions. And oh my god, guys.
Well, at first I was afraid.
Oh,
I
that's
was petrified.
Son of a bitch. I knew it. I'm going to. Okay, here's what I'm going to do.
Is Casil up?
Right, is this
I've
Feel-
cast
Are you
Revivify.
casting change sides? Are you casting turncoat, Mr.
No, no, don't do it.
The number of times.
I imagine Orpheus and the general are both kind of holding him.
Indeed.
While you're
So
doing your
Butch
spell.
lays his hand down upon Casil. You see motes of moonlight lifting up the diamond dust. They swirl and then go into his body, breathing life, literally breath back into him.
As he comes back to consciousness. What's just happened?
We
Terribly
didn't
sorry.
listen. And we found out.
Doesn't matter. I'm just happy you're still with us.
Oh, that
Should've
was.
known.
That was potable.
So what's the ramification of this creepy guy getting back his little skull thing?
We have no clue.
Well, apparently he can go between the hells, right?
You can also just go pop into
unopposed.
Asmodeus and make things right.
Butch looks over at Gwen. What do I roll to not reveal? It's deception, right?
Yes.
Are you rolling wink, wink, not judge?
What? No, I'm trying to not look pissed.
At Gwen?
Yeah.
Trying to hide your feelings.
Hey, I did pretty well.
Yeah.
22. I'm going to turn to
It's one stone-faced turtle.
Elric. I'm going to step outside. I need a minute.
Is there a bucket of cold water we could throw on Orpheus, who's still fuming?
No,
Obvious.
now that the threat's gone, he's just focused on Casil.
Okay.
He buggered off, right?
He's close
Can
to
I-
Casil.
For now.
I was too stunned by my awesome wisdom save advantage.
Can I cast? Can I roll insight to see if Butch is okay?
Sure.
Not
Gotta-
that I'm gonna
gotta beat
that,
a
but I can
22.
try.
I got a 22. It's amazing. Because my deception is not good.
It's better than
26.
mine.
26. Oh, yeah.
Butch is not okay.
Oh,
You can tell Butch is really pissed about something.
He's
I'm
miffed.
gonna follow Butch.
It's one miffed turtle.
Oh, I don't want to do this, but this is what
you
Gwen would do.
be
Fuck!
too if it happened to you.
I would like to make a statement that Sam recognizes that this is the poor choice of action, but in the moment, Gwen would want to support her friend who is clearly troubled. Gwen follows Butch.
Oi, dickhead.
Elric's just going to collapse into a chair.
I'm not sure what I'm going to do because the DM hasn't told me yet.
I'm getting there. Sorry.
The ramifications of a specific spell.
Arlo was just standing by the fireplace like this.
Oh,
It's not that different than normal, you know? Your lips are upturned a little more than usual.
I'm awkwardly staring into the middle of the room, not at somebody.
It weirdly reminds me of being on the ship, the Narissa. It's like, I don't like that look. As if our problems could not have mounted even higher.
So Butch is going to turn back at Gwen and say to her very sternly, I really need a minute by myself.
okay. And Gwen's gonna go back inside.
Remember identifying that damn thing.
And just
Don't-
stands in the threshold because it's been a long time since Butch talked to her that way, or relatively speaking, a long time.
Maybe if ever.
I think when Butch wouldn't remember it, but when she was interfering with his divination, he got real
okay.
upset with her. So really, I guess probably as far as sorry.
Bitches.
As far as Butch is aware, it is the first time he's talked to her that way.
Turtles and
Butch
bitches ain't shit.
So Butch goes outside, finds a rock, sits down, and just weeps.
Alternate character, bitch dude lift.
Dude,
After, obviously checking Casil's okay and everything, Orpheus goes over to Elric. You
That
can
was,
do
a ninth, that was a 9th level spell. That was a 9th level spell.
There's nothing you could have done. Even a counter spell, nothing.
Counterspell's unreliable. Not against the likes of him. If this was
to counter another.
If this wasn't
found a
a
way.
No, you go ahead.
He found a way to kill Despater. I would imagine Despater was on par with Levistus.
We didn't.
We
kill
have to find a
Despater.
way to counter these things.
That was to Tivolis. We found Despater dead.
I'm saying is we are going to have to fight these people. These devils.
We are.
We need. What can we do to counter this? You can clearly see how determined and angry he is.
We need stronger magic. We need stronger arms. We need stronger potions. We need stronger spells. We need the gods at our backs, and maybe
I apologize for that. My OBS decided to just stop working. But we're back now. So, thank you all for sticking with us through the night of technical difficulties, which I feel is like every other night. But I don't know where we got cut off. So I apologize. But Levistus has left. Casil has been revivified.
I think we got cut off right around myself as beat.
And you're cutting out like crazy. I can't hear what you're saying.
Sweet.
He's still charmed
Dude.
in the corner.
Yeah.
Can't get a sentence out.
Yep. Oh, that's everybody except for Arnon. Well, I'm gonna say Orpheus was a little preoccupied. Gwen was a little preoccupied. So Elric, Butch, and Ember, go ahead and make me a perception check.
It all comes down to the dice.
Always. That's the game.
Yeah, sometimes it's a shitty thing.
17.
14, 14, and 17. Elric, you
At
noticed.
least we're consistent.
Yeah. Elric, you might have noticed a little bit of eye contact between Levistus and Arnon before he left, but might have just been a stare. You're not sure.
Gish doesn't have a verbal component, or it doesn't matter because he's a devil.
He is a devil. He is a archdevil.
He could have something similar to like a sorcerer's subtle spell, to where it just
Yeah.
he can just do it without anyone seeing or noticing. I'm going to.
And he has telepathy, so.
No, that also doesn't help us. I'm going to go over to Arnon. Arnon.
Mr. Cheeks. Why didn't we go with the alien?
I'm sorry, why didn't we go with
Oh,
what?
Sorry.
The aliases.
The aliases? The aliases might have worked in the Feywild. Levistus is another thing entirely, and it doesn't help that this is our second time coming into contact with him.
It's not.
Did you notice or feel anything as Levistus left, Arnon.
My hand's still cold. When I shook it, it's like he never got out of the ice.
Right. I suppose you won't mind too terribly if I just make sure. And I'm going to begin ritually casting Identify on Arnon.
Roll me a D100.
D100?
It tells you it's BD nut milk.
God damn it. I can't with the nut. Holy!
Wow.
So is that 110?
Yeah, how did it show up on the table?
It was all zeros.
All zeros, the classic that, you know what, that's an argument for another time.
Indeed.
Oh, I know.
It registered as a 100, that's what we're going to go with.
So as you start identifying Arnon, you feel this pang of like this sharp pain in your temples before you stop. Not enough to do any damage, but you have a little bit of a headache and definitely breaks your thought process a little bit.
What in the hells was that?
You're
Which
right.
is going to come back in.
Orpheus goes over to the general since she's next to Casilla, I'm assuming, with him.
Yes.
Which is walking over next to you, Orpheus.
General, I think we should probably touch base with the Jarl. Now he's truly appreciated what we're up against.
That is not a bad idea. She kind of pats Casil on the shoulder slightly, and he looks up. He's like, "I'm fine. You go take care of your bureaucracy and diplomacy and all that bullshit."
Oh, go over to the Jarl. I think
See
you
the-
said he was in the room?
Yeah, he's standing next to
he's
the
at the top of the
door.
room.
He's like, "What? This was... What the hell just happened?"
Hell would be the
Levistus.
appropriate word.
Well, this has just happened.
Levistus.
Yes, Levistus, the ruler of Stygia, which is... Hey, Arnon, which level of hell is Stygia?
I think it's 5.
5? Thank you, Orpheus. The 5th level of hell.
I
And
didn't think that action was going to come back to bite us at the worst possible time.
I
Correct me if
tried to
I'm
tell you not to do it.
I think it
wrong.
went pretty well.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but did he not say that you freed him?
You probably heard that wrong.
His abilities are of deception, persuasion, and mental control. We did not know who he was. It was all
Until it
very
was too late.
confusing.
Magically falling backwards into the cold part of hell is not something I'd recommend.
But I hope it illustrates for you, Jarl, just the nature of what the world, and all worlds really, are up against right now. There are many actors in this conflict that are just as powerful and far more devious.
So this is the man, the devil, that you are fighting? This is the person that you warned me against?
No.
I'm sorry,
Against,
no?
No.
Against all odds, no. That's Titivolus.
I do recall him mentioning that name while he was here.
Titivolus,
Yes.
as far as we know, is the one behind Shan's rise to power. The reason we don't have a country anymore.
You all seem to make one hell of an enemy, don't you?
We keep making a list and, unfortunately, not checking them off. At least not yet.
We've
Check
checked
them off
off.
when somebody erases it.
We've checked off quite a few.
Right. It seems we're, unfortunately, adding much more powerful ones in their place on accident.
It's true, but what was the name of the Princess of Smoke and Glass?
Nindra?
She's no more because of us. She was wicked evil.
Right.
And we did kill that vampire lord.
Strahd.
Yes, we ended Strahd.
Yeah, but he's back.
Well,
Back again.
I'm hoping we
is
can
back.
hoping we can hit him before he gets too back into shape.
Did defeat the Coven.
We did defeat the Coven. Coven of Hags.
We smashed them before they came back. So they're probably back too.
I don't know what that means, but to this, Calliope walks up and says, Jarl, as I was telling you, our enemies are vast and powerful. My team here has been surgical and eliminated. Maybe not. Surgical might not be the best.
Effective.
Effective. Okay,
Effective.
let's go with that. Effective is a good word. My team has
we
been
haven't
effective
been precise
in
at all.
eliminating a good portion of the generals of Titivolus and his armies. Before they told me that fucking Strahd was back again, they only had about 3 generals remaining. However, with the return of Strahd, unfortunately, that number raises up to 4 again, unless, of course, given the fact that they were trapped in the Feywild for 3 years, we're not entirely sure. So you really don't know much of anything logistically, do you? Well, Yara, please. We do know that every time a new general shows up on the map, is brought onto the map, this team has eliminated them. Unfortunately, we lack the manpower to stay ahead of Titivolus, which is why I sent them to you in the first place. We have the ability to take them out. We do not have the manpower to keep the board moving and keep their forces at bay. My team can continue their surgical strikes. Again, surgical is it might not be the best term, but it's what we're going for. My team will continue their strikes and continue taking out cutting the heads off the snakes. However, we need an army. We need soldiers for the front lines, and we need the ability to keep Shan's forces, the mind flayers, whatever other fucking crazy ass creatures that Titivolus is throwing at us, at bay, and let them do their job.
Jarl, please join us. Next, we will be speaking with the dwarves. We'll have a dwarven army at our side. We'll be asking the Celestials to have Celestials by our side. This is going to affect all of creation, all of the planes. We may even have an audience with Osmodius. See if he will lend something to help stop the destruction of everything as we know it. You can be the first of us who will defend all of the plains.
Roll me a persuasion check at advantage.
Okay. Oh, 19.
He looks kind of stroking his beard with his hand.
He was stroking.
You make an interesting offer, and I can see from this little display here that clearly the chips are stacked against you. Especially considering this man, devil, whatever he may be, you say isn't even your actual enemy. Just another player, another piece on the board somewhere.
Side piece.
I'm inclined to add him to the list.
Once this is all over, we will make excellent trade partners.
And correct me if I'm wrong, it's been 3 years since you've... But didn't you mention Elric in one of your reports? Didn't you mention already making an alliance with an army that you can call on? Something about an island that you went to with people riding fucking worms or something like that?
The goblins.
That is planes of existence away.
Just
From what we can tell, if we could bring them over here, hopefully they won't need their giant purple worms. It seemed those worms were very good at swimming through solid ground, or sand at the very least.
Elric,
in your
do you remember when we killed that pit fiend, which
time?
casually drops?
Which one?
The one that there was like a summoning gate. And it was being used to pull the pit. Can that gate? Could we make a similar gate to the goblins?
In your report, didn't you mention something about that ship you were on being able to transfer quite a few of them?
Yeah,
That
but to bring the
does sound-
worms through a gate.
The worms. Always the fucking worms.
I mean, if a bunch of scrabby cultists can craft a gate, surely the smartest elf in the room can do it.
I don't know if we want those worms here. They're invasive.
Also, the spell that I would need for that is still beyond me to cast, even if I did have the scroll for it.
You can't cast Wormgate yet.
No, Arnon, not yet.
Well, there's a lot of water there. How about Watergate?
That's a very different gate.
Okay.
There's a lot of controversy about that one.
Oh, we need to go speak with the representatives of Bahamut as well. I believe the dragons would be interested in all of reality collapsing.
Do we even know where to find them?
We found them last time when we were on the plane of water.
Again, that's more planes walking. We're planes walking. We're
Rain's like,
planning on doing
that
more
wasn't
planes walking.
Bahamut. That was some dude who,
Sardor.
yeah, that was the Thane of Sardor.
Tudor.
He's the one who gave
Yes.
me this. They
Okay.
pull out their crystal rapier. He's the one that gave me this fancy fucking sword.
It's an amazing sword. So they're not part of the same pantheon?
Well, not quite. I mean, kinda. I mean, he went on this fucking lecture for like 2 hours after y'all left. I kind of zoned out a little bit, but basically, more or less, there's like the three main dragon deities. There's Bahamut, the platinum dragon, who's like the fucking god of the metallic dragons. There's Tiamat, who's that fucking 5-headed cunt that rules over the rules over the
Language.
chromatic dragon. He's my fucking uncle. Who gives a shit? And then there's the fucking Sautor, fucking the guy that he worked for that was the gem dragons, which are a little more rare. I to be honest, I don't even know if I've heard of any gem
Well,
dragons.
they're still
on this
dragon
planet.
gods.
Yeah, they're still dragon guys. I mean, they're also
Yeah.
if you want to lump them into the. I mean, that seems a little racist to me, but I mean, whatever.
What? No, I mean they probably talk to each other.
Why? Because they're dragons. They all know each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
I think that's what he's saying.
No, I'm saying it's crowded at the top.
It hasn't been an hour, has it?
Not quite.
It hasn't been a year, has it?
No, it.
I mean, in my understanding, now understand I'm just a lowly frontline cleric, but in my understanding, gods tend to know each other and speak to each other
yeah,
because they're gods.
That is true. That is very true. And you know, shit. Where's my other book?
I wonder if we could track down the god of the gnomes.
It's like a social circle. You know?
We have a
Okay,
knitting
right.
group on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh,
Steak
no.
dinner on Thursdays.
God.
Mm.
Okay, we're gonna. I'm gonna mark that later on the list.
Steak dinner?
And mark that. No. Marking on the list for later. Potentially casting contact other planes to speak to Bahamut
Or, sure.
or someone that works for him.
Is it Bahamut or Bahamut?
I'd like to roll religion.
Okay.
All right, Nick, pick a pronunciation for me.
Bahamut.
Butch says it's Bahamut. He says it with confidence.
God bless you.
Bahamut Mamet.
Comet.
That's a spicy sausage.
Jarl, I know we're asking more than a lot from you.
You can always join us on our adventure.
I mean, you could join the fight now or wait until it comes to you. Eventually it will.
Question is whether or not we'll still be up by the time it gets to the other side of the world.
Tithonus was the name of the gem dragon that you dealt with. I had to look through.
Tithonus.
I had to look through 3 different spots where I keep my notes to find that one.
All you have to do is watch the short, man.
Can you spell that?
Oh fuck!
The
No.
fiat short.
You closed it already.
Tithonnas. Thane of Sardor. Who is the ruby gem dragon deity. Alright, anyway. My adventuring days are far behind me. I have much more important duties to attend to than joining you all on your
Of course.
Duties.
However,
You guys heard that, right? He said duties.
Arnon, with your Arnon, I would
lightly slap Arnon's shoulder.
Arnon, what you said kind of resonated. So with the, you can either join now or wait for it to come to you. Make me a persuasion check at advantage.
I don't know.
I'm sure this will be just as good as my last advantage. Oh, I hit normal.
All right, go ahead and roll
So there's a
again.
4.
Roll again.
Ooh.
Hey, 15.
15.
That's pretty fucking persuasive for Arnon.
To which
It
he
is.
says, he just kind of nods. From what I've seen in this house today, and like I said, if this is not even your true adversary, yet just another person that you have somehow crossed paths with.
Pissed off.
Seems like you all may need all the help you can get, and somehow this stumbling group of individuals has ended up being the linchpin to secure the fate of our plane, as well as the rest of the multiverse.
Oh no.
What kind of a big deal?
I fight the urge to out loud say, "Oh no."
And, well, you found this really good wine, too, so there's that, too.
Mm-hmm.
So, I will tell you, I cannot speak. Oh shit, sorry. There we go. I cannot speak for the other clans, as we all have our own individual leaderships. However, I will take this to the council. I will call a meeting with the 4 tribes. I will take this to the council. Regardless of the outcome, if needed, we will come to your aid.
Thank you, General. Would
You
it
have
be helpful if you took the Kraken Tooth with you?
perhaps. You have the resilience, the Navy, and the power of Palmadon behind you. And I will discuss with the other 3 tribes
Thank you,
s-
Jarl.
see what I can do.
Gwen, can I get the tooth?
Gwen's going to hand the tooth to Butch. Has it been an hour?
Not quite.
Not quite.
She's gonna hand the tooth to Butch. She's gonna walk outside.
Thank you, Gwen. I hand it to the General.
I'm going to turn to Arnon and... Okay. Arnon, I don't know if you can tell or not, but it's possible you've been either charmed or cursed. I saw something flicker in your eye when Levistus left.
I can do a remove curse tomorrow just in case.
I finally have removed curse, and I can
Oh.
try it now.
Fantastic.
What is my reaction?
Well,
Oh, no.
I'm going to cast remove curse at 6th level.
okay.
Let's go!
Am I cool with that?
We're about to find out.
So I do a bunch of
Elric,
hand gestures and motions around your head.
roll me an Arcana check, Mr. Elric.
Arcana. That's a 28.
Dang.
Nice.
So, as you release this magical thing, Arnon, you feel a piercing headache, to which you take 32 psychic damage.
Holy
Holy
shit.
crap.
Oh. What the fuck? Did you just cast a fireball in my skull?
We're going to talk about the whole fireball thing later. For right now, what just happened? I cast Remove Curse.
Is he bleeding from his ears or anything?
Are you bleeding from your ears?
I think probably my nose.
All right, I gotta heal you.
Can I
Actually
tell
turned
from
it.
casting that whether or not it worked or didn't work? Do I have any indication?
It hurt like a son of a bitch. That's all you know.
Did he have to say, I'm going to remove curse, or are we just watching him pause Arnon pain?
I mean, he announced what he was doing.
Yeah, I announced it, and there is a verbal component, so I'm speaking like I don't know what the Latin is, but something not so bad.
Did you just say Avada Kedavra? What the fuck?
No, that I don't. That's not supposed to happen if you don't have a curse on you.
Is it supposed to happen if you do?
Ooh, 19
That-
health. 19 health.
Thanks,
I
Mike.
I can't tell whether or
Course,
not
friend.
my spell worked or failed.
How about we don't try again?
Okay, we're not going to try that again
Cool.
unless we have to.
Is there a scenario where we have to?
That kind of scenario, if we have to, will present itself in some kind of fashion. File
be-
that. We're gonna file that under we'll know it when we see it.
Yeah. And we'll be happy that Gwen is whole person prepared.
So it's pornography.
Why?
What?
I don't understand. I don't understand.
What?
I just hear Iniselli somewhere.
What?
Hide your tablets.
Snatch.
Hide your tablets.
The
hide your
return
legs.
of the return of the pre-stream goblins. Okay. Okay. I'm going to go somewhere and try not to have a complete mental breakdown.
The general kind of stands up. Butch, do you have
Yes,
a
General.
moment?
I do. But we'll quickly say to Rain, Rain, you might go check on Gwen. Yes, General.
I know a lot has happened today. The first thing I want to do is thank you for bringing my brother back.
Of course.
And I wish I could end it there, but unfortunately, we are not in a place for taking a day off. However, before you all arrived, Hymir was telling me about a spot, a temple, an old elven temple, probably a day's ride northwest of here, maybe a little more west, temple to Melora. I believe
What do I roll? Sorry.
What?
Butch has wandered all over this land, so there's a chance he's already been there.
That's what. Yes. That's where I was going.
Okay.
You are familiar. You come from this area. You are familiar with these lands.
Yes, General.
We are deep within Mesh. Mesh is still a safe, at least when it comes to the war effort and all of that. There is not much that you need to worry about. Just your local wildlife and the typical things that you have to deal with within Mesh, which you are well already accustomed to.
Yes.
I have a mission for you. I would like for you in the morning to head out to the Temple of Melora. Seeing as how you are a holy person and a native here, perhaps you can curry favor with the followers of Melora and potentially rally them to our cause. I know that while the majority of Mesh and the citizens within Mesh are already loosely aligned with us and our cause, these temples tend to spread beyond borders, and it might be possible that you are able to talk your way into getting an audience and potentially an alliance with a more broader more broader congregation, as it were.
Okay.
So, see what you can find out and see who you can convince that we need as many people as possible. And from what you told me before, it seems like finding faith in the faithful is our next strategic move.
All right, General. I'm sure we'd be happy to leave in the morning.
Thank you. And again, thank you for my brother.
Of course.
So, what are the rest of you doing?
Has it been an hour? Am I still charmed?
At this point, it's getting very close to the hour, and at this point, Rain comes outside looking for you.
Am I still in the mode of like, oh my god, we should have just done what he said, or am I coming to the
At this
realization
point,
that
it's
I was fucking charmed?
At this point, it's you're coming down, and they walk in. You all right? What the fuck happened in there?
What do I feel when I realize that I've been charmed? Like, what happens internally?
Internally, the only thing that happens is that realization that a spell was cast on you. Your mind was manipulated to trusting this person and potentially following their commands. You let me know what happens inside your head when that realization comes to you.
So, when that realization happens, it's like a gut punch to Gwen because it's happened before, and she is crushed by that. So I think as that realization settles, Gwen she's outside, by the way. She's gone to her mushroom patch. I didn't state that, but that is where she went.
I assumed.
Behind the house. So, like, she's sitting there in the dirt, and as that realization hits her, that it happened again, and once again, she fucked over the party in the process. She just sobs. Like, she just starts crying quietly into the dirt. Yeah, she's crushed.
Rain, seeing this, walks up, kind of kneels down next to you and wraps their arms around you and pulls you in to their chest.
Can't believe it happened again.
It's not your fault.
I'm tired of being a toy to powerful twats.
If it wasn't you, it would have been somebody else. You just happened to show that you had what he was looking for.
That was so stupid. And Butch is not happy with me. And he hasn't been this mad at me since... Well, the last time I was charmed by an all-powerful being.
He'll get over it.
So, like yesterday?
She was not there.
He's in your head.
Your conscience has Arden's voice now.
Oh no! Excuse me, I'm Lady Death, and I hate my internal monologue.
Butch will get over it. He knows deep down he knows that you would never do something like that willingly.
Yeah, but I did it anyways.
But it doesn't matter. It wasn't your fault. That was a fucking, like, Lord of Hell. Like, one of the 9 archdevils of hell. There are fucking 9 people in this multiverse that have that kind of power. The fact that he strolled his frigid little ass up here to...
Frigid little ass.
That does genuinely make Gwen chuckle.
The fact that he strolled his frigid little ass up here just to fuck around with you and walk off with whatever the fuck that skull was. Kind of
2 bags of ice.
I mean, you there's no way you would have known. There's no way you could have known that that's what was going to happen.
No, but I just don't want it to happen again. And 2 times, it's not a lot, but the fact it's happened twice is not cool.
Just kind of nod. It's like, I can't imagine what you're going through. But you are one of the strongest people that I know. And if I know you, you'll find a way to keep it from happening again.
If I could, I'd just wipe them all out of existence. Anybody who deigns to toy with me and my friends and fuck us over and destroy our lives, that'd be my wish, Rain.
I understand.
Not money. Not power.
Just mass
Just
murder,
get rid
I
of
get
them.
it.
Yeah. Just get rid of them.
Thanos was right.
Hashtag.
Hashtag.
Thanos was right.
Hashtag Thanos didn't go far enough.
Dang.
I'll be okay.
I know you will. Because I know you well enough to know that you're going to sit out here, you're going to fucking cry yourself a little bit, then you're going to go in there and you're going to figure out how to fucking burn some shit down.
Yeah. That's That's the plan. But I do need a minute just to...
I get it. You want to be alone, or you want me to stay with you?
I mean, if you want to sit quietly and play in the dirt with me, I'm into that.
Any day you want.
Sweet.
Well, this is happening outside. What's going on inside?
I don't know if the general made it. Butch is explaining to everybody the mission for tomorrow.
Fair enough.
Because I don't think Butch understands it's maybe just for him.
Which, she would have made it clear that
Okay.
as at least in her mind, the only cleric, or at least the cleric who is also a local to the area, that it would be more important, it would make more sense for you to go alone.
Did she offer people to travel with Butch?
Yeah,
That would have made it more clear.
She offered
Okay.
a couple soldiers to accompany you.
Do I know of any... The area near where we are, are there any outposts with where other turtles might be?
Make
Butch
me
could call
a
upon?
survival check.
Ooh, 27.
27.
I'm just fishing for an opportunity to throw out some new fun names.
I'm sure.
That's all.
You're pretty much centralized to Mesh right now. You're very close to the middle of the area. So if you are talking military outposts, there's not a lot. However, if you're talking about just like clutches or, civilian outposts of turtles, you would know of one that would be roughly in the same direction from where you are right now. Once you get closer to I think it was the Belnik River, there is a small village in that general area that you might be able to stop by.
Cool. Nice. Maybe I can pick up some Big McLarge hunk.
Snark McSaggy Bottom.
I mean, Snark McSaggy might be available, but he's like an assassin, so I don't know how useful that's going to be. Snark McSaggy Bottom is going on the list.
My word association has become canon.
Did you say snaggy or soggy?
Soggy Bottom.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, the worst one.
It is the worst. Snark McSoggy Bottom.
So
I mean, at least you can clean up soggy. I don't know about snaggy.
what are the rest of you doing?
Trying to figure out how I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do.
That's fair. That is very fair.
But do we get a gish we can't undo? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
And I nearly
Orpheus is-
broke him trying.
Mhm.
Orpheus is kind of patrolling the outside area, fuming.
Near Gwen and Rain, sitting in the dirt,
No.
or staying away?
That's why I said
Okay.
patrolling.
Okay.
He's walking around on his own. So, contemplating how angry and furious he is that once again an ally is struck down right in front of him, couldn't do anything about it, and if anything, partially caused it.
Yeah, at least we
Reminiscing
got the
about
name of a good
The
granite
fact
guy.
that arguably his closest friend within the immediate group was now possibly possessed by an all-powerful sorcerer that will also try to be our undoing. Obviously, being reminded of hell and his 10 years there is not a great feeling in any situation. Levistus is nothing but a significant reminder of all the pain and turmoil he experienced, originally attributing it to Dispater.
Probably powerlessness with that too.
Yep. Powerlessness, anger, responsibility, all of it.
Are you avoiding everyone while you're brooding?
Yeah. Within sight of the building, but actively avoiding sight of anybody else who may be outside.
Fantastic.
I'm gonna go over to Amisra.
Who is visibly shaking after all of this.
I'm going to hold her hand, or her hands.
Yeah.
Okay. I know.
What what the fuck just happened?
Tuesday happened.
The things that I've been tasked with dealing with seemingly starting to actually creep into life here, unfortunately. I was hoping to keep you away from all this.
Unfortunately, this is kind of nothing is being... We're in the middle of a war. It's not your responsibility to keep me away from this. Our country's destroyed. We have multiple devils now that are coming after us, and...
I know. Listen to me. This might be... You know what? I'm actually going to say the whole quote. This might be bigger than you. This might be bigger than me, but it isn't bigger than you and me.
Well, that guy seemed pretty big.
What's up, Daddy Elric?
He seemed big. In time, I'm gonna lay him out just like everyone else.
He said one word, and Casil fell. And then he pointed at me.
He did.
God.
I can't even imagine what that must have felt like.
I'm not a soldier. I'm a fucking librarian.
I wasn't a soldier either, once upon a time. If you want to go and find someplace safe to wait this whole thing out,
What? Where's more safe than in the middle of a fucking military encampment with Calliope, Casil, all of you, Hymir? You all are the most powerful people I've ever met. And
that also makes us a target. Seeing what happened minutes ago, it's your decision to want to stay with the rest of the encampment. A smart one. What I'm saying is, Palmadon. So far, that place has been relatively untouched by what's been going on our side of the world.
So you're suggesting I stay in Palmadon for now? You know,
I'm suggesting you think about it.
that actually might not be a bad idea. I have a cousin who lives in Honto across the border. Maybe I could reach out to them and help in my own way. See if I can't secure some sort of conversation with some of the people in power over there. Whoever thought I would welcome the idea of being a diplomat?
It's almost like war shows you who you really are.
All I know is whenever we end this and things can go back to normal, you and I are going to find a farm somewhere in the middle of goddamn nowhere.
If I could dedicate an entire plane to that would be nice.
Just a tower with books, and that's it.
A tower, books, a scrying orb. Actually, you know what? Come up with a list of things.
Xbox.
A list of things we could do within a very powerful, very guarded tower.
Sounds wonderful.
When this is all over, and this will all be over, on the other side, we're gonna complete every last bit of that list.
That sounds perfect.
It does. In the meantime, I am going to have to plot to essentially make myself even worse than what we're facing. Hopefully I'm still me by the end.
I'm sure you will be.
As long as I don't end up like my father, I'll count it a win.
I don't think there's any way that you could end up like your father.
Just when I thought I wasn't adding things to the list of targets. Somehow I find myself continuing to put that one off.
Just no matter who is on your list of targets, promise me you're not going to go against a fucking devil lord by yourself.
Trust me when I say if I ever go against a devil lord by myself, It's because victory is assured. Otherwise, I'd throw an entire nation at just one to make sure.
Good. No matter where you end up, keep yourself safe, and I will, until things get better here, I will be working my angles in Palmadon to see if I can secure us some more alliances.
Thank you. That might be the thing that wins the war. In the meantime, I could do with a drink.
That's the best thing you've said all day. All right. Anything else anyone else is doing this evening?
I think I've found myself wander over next to Vigo, standing awkwardly again, while I think about what's in my head.
They just kind of look at you and give you the little like, what's up?
Fist bump.
Fist bump. All right, so
Yeah, but just making plans, thinking about the journey and the routes he will take.
Can you remind everyone else, of course, because it's in my notes, what the temple is, or who the temple is to, and why we're going to it? Is it just to seek assistance?
Melora, the temple to Melora, and it is a mission for Butch
To seek assistance?
to seek assistance from followers of Melora.
Okay.
Hope some elves are coming with me because they might not like a turtle.
So, if there's nothing else,
I'm gonna
Yep.
walk outside.
okay. Hymir offers you all lodging in the in his house for the evening.
What? Not the barn?
Sweet.
We will post a watch just to make sure that gentleman does not return. You are all welcome to stay here for as long as you need to recuperate.
Thank you, sir.
I'm gonna ritually cast alarm just around
That's fair.
the house.
As you all do what you will for the rest of the evening, eventually taking your rests, well, not extremely restful, at least functionally restful. Gwen, would you have stayed outside? Would you have gone in with your friends? Or would you have potentially made your way up to your old room?
I think, even if Rain had decided to retire, I think Gwen would have stayed outside for as long as possible, and then eventually tried to discreetly, quietly go to her old room.
Make me a stealth check.
Fuck me. I don't wanna.
You can do it.
Cut his freaking head off.
Hold on. One. I want to check one thing. Oops. Okay, that wasn't me. Never mind.
Use that thing. Gives you plus 10.
Yeah, I cast pass without a trace. Fuck
Yeah.
you guys.
In your own house.
Super quiet.
That's a
With a
6.
6.
So you start walking
Nice.
in, and the door kind of sticks a little bit. So you go, pull the door open, and you step in, and you like instantly trip over. Some soldier had left their boots sitting right next to the door. You instantly trip over it a little bit, and then you go to grab the door, and you pull it closed a little too hard.
Am I able to successfully make it up to the room?
I mean, yeah, you can
without,
still make it up to your room, but at this,
without anybody like being like, "Yo, Gwen, where'd you go?"
I mean, that's up to whomever may be resting in the main living area. But you, go ahead.
I was gonna say if nobody stops her, then it's just like, fuck, and then like up to the room.
Make it up to your room. And do you go alone?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So you make it up to your room. You open the door. And standing in the doorway, you see Rain standing there, kind of posted up against the wall right inside the door. Make me a perception check.
$16.
You notice their eyes are glistening a little bit as they stand there watching you enter, looking around. As they see you walk in, they like look over and you see like a single tear start falling from the one eye.
Are you okay?
Looks exactly the fucking same.
What?
This room.
What do you mean it looks exactly the same?
When we came to rescue you,
Gwen doesn't remember any of it still.
No.
Right?
Gwen has no idea.
What do you mean when
When
you came to rescue me? Because Gwen's immediately like, were you here when I was a kid? What the fuck?
when we
Because I never brought you here.
when your soul was trapped, I didn't even have to guess which one of these rooms was yours. When your soul was trapped, when we came to find you, and I told you you were stuck as your soul, showed itself as a little girl. That cell that you were in looked exactly like this room.
No. I don't.
Right down, and she points over to the corner next to the window. That's where the body was that you were protecting. The body that you swore was your mother's.
Gwen doesn't remember this either, right?
No, not
Like
at all.
there's none of this is clicking. Okay.
Turns towards the door. Just really fucking weird to actually be in here.
I don't know any of that. But I'm sure it's deeply uncomfortable. And I mean, we can go camp out in the backyard if you would feel better.
It's fine. I mean, clearly, I mean, it's just a little
Haunting.
weird. Yeah, haunting's a good word. It's a
Yeah.
little haunting. Last time I was in this room, it was in a prison in hell, and now I'm here, and it looks exactly the fucking same. Kind of makes me wonder what the hell, what's in store for any of us if we end up there.
It's gonna be fucked up, whatever it is.
God damn it.
Dusty, do-do-do-do-do. I mean, whatever it is, it's gonna be fucked up. And the more I encounter these guys and gals and what, it's one turn worse than the next. It's exhausting.
Well,
But hey, I'm not in hell anymore. We'll see this through one way or another.
I hope so, because seeing what happened down there definitely made me realize we really have no fucking clue what we're up against.
No.
So,
No.
I don't know. Let's fucking get some sleep, and I'm sure it'll all be fine in the morning, right?
Maybe like 1,000 mornings from now, but eventually, I believe it'll be
But-
okay.
Before you can go to bed, there's a knock on your door. It sounds like Butch.
Oh. Oh no. Gwen debates like, do I answer it? Knock, knock, knock. This is Butch. Knock, knock, knock.
It's Butch being like super restrained.
Dun dun dun
See it
Gwen.
knock like the
Dun 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 Gwen.
police.
Dun 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 Gwen.
It's like
Oh,
an
no.
alarm.
Restrained Butch do 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 do.
No. I think. Yeah, I'm gonna stand up and open the door.
Hey, Gwen.
Bazinga.
I think I need some help for the journey tomorrow. For the quest. You can see
don't-
that he's wearing the amulet of the holy symbol of Ravenkind, which is it's not a thing he usually wears.
What's I think I kind of ran off to get my my head sorted. So I don't actually know what's happening tomorrow.
Oh, I'm journeying without you all to appeal to the goddess Melora at a temple up north. She's a nature goddess. I'm wearing this holy symbol to show that we have the favor of the Raven Queen. I have the Mace of Disruption here to show that we stand steadfast against the forces of the infernals and the undead, which I believe the nature goddess abhors the undead. But I was hoping that you might have something that I could wear to show that we are allies of nature. And I know I should also go to our nature cleric, but I've known you a lot longer and I'm not feeling very good about what happened tonight, so.
Neither not him, and I'm sorry, Butch. But
I'm not
Go ahead.
not in a good headspace to talk about us showing our hand. We can talk about that later.
Well, I'm gonna pull out, since she started using the Duragar skull as her focus, she hasn't used like her dried mushroom arrangement as a focus anymore, and she offers that to Butch. As it
Are you
is
sure you won't need this?
No, I kind of got, and I just kind of like gesture to, well, I guess it would be sitting elsewhere, but just like gesture to the skull that, no, I mean, it has absolutely been used for nature magic, and it has been a very helpful focus. So hopefully that will help in some way. I don't know if you're wanting to avoid a lot of the more necromantic stuff that I have. That would make sense. So I think this is probably the most pure druidic item I have at this point.
Thank you very much. You all have a nice night, and I will talk with you. I'll send you a message. I'll keep you posted.
Butch, I'm not asking you to dwell on anything. And Gwen's like getting emotional again. It's been an emotional day for her.
As is every day.
Particularly right now. Just layers of shit today. But she just kind of takes your hand and is like, I'm not asking you to have a conversation. I'm not trying to fix this, but please be safe. Come back so we can talk about it. I don't know what's out there tonight. Just adds layer upon layer of the fact we don't know who the fuck is out there or what's going on. But please take care of yourself so we can talk about it when you get back.
You know I will do my best. But for your sake.
Thank you.
Butch turns and leaves. And knocks on the door of our nature cleric. Wait, where's our nature cleric? Where are you, Ember?
I think I fell asleep in the dining room under the table.
Okay, Butch will come collect you. Ember.
Yeah, hi Butch.
Hey, I hate to bother you because you're sleeping. Have you been drinking?
Yep,
Oh, wait,
no.
of course you've been drinking. We've all been drinking. What am I talking about? Is there
Dwarf,
any
that's what
way,
we do.
yes, maybe tomorrow morning you could give me a blessing from your god, a nature blessing before I go on this journey to appeal to a nature goddess.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you. I will. Do you want me to? No. Do you want a room? We have beds. Did you
Yeah,
sleep on the
I'm fine.
hard? Okay.
Do you want to take the raccoon? Would she help you in this?
I'm sorry. What?
The raccoon, the baby raccoon. You can talk to animals, no?
What? No. I don't talk to animals.
I was thinking, nature goddess, and raccoon would be a boon. Hey, this person's a friend with a raccoon.
Let me sleep on it.
raccoon?
Don't
No,
slip on the raccoon. Your weight would kill it. You're
crush,
too heavy.
crush beneath the weight of a 500-pound turtle.
Thank you. Rude.
And so went the raccoon.
No. All right, Bush is gonna go bed. Pull all his limbs inside his shell.
So,
He doesn't actually get into bed, folks. He's not into breaking furniture. He's on the floor.
as you all
Under the table.
eventually find your rests in whatever awkward position you're in, Gwen,
Yes.
as you enter your trance for the night, kind of falling into this almost meditative state, listening to the rhythmic sounds of rain's breath next to you.
Damn it.
Honk shoo.
Suddenly you find yourself in a dark forest. You hear the sound of music coming
The
from...
hills are alive.
God damn it. Coming from just over...
Hills?
Just out of reach. Just past the tree line.
Yonder. I believe
Oh,
it's
no.
yonder.
Is it the county fair?
A glow of lights emanating, kind of peeking through, casting shadows this way and that. The sound of lutes and of concertinas, of drums, bum ba bum ba bum ba bum bum bum. You, you feel yourself being drawn towards this light. As you stand, as you start, you feel your consciousness, your point of view, your vision floating, almost like being led by a rope or some sort of lead into the tree line, through the shadows. The light getting brighter till the point where it's almost blinding you. The sounds of music, the lute notes, the kind of obnoxious hum of the concertinas growing into this cacophony that turns into a laughter. You see the piercing blue eyes, the chiseled chin of the face you just saw. But as the laughter continues, the figure backlit by this blinding light, suddenly, as they lift their head in laughter, the backlight taking over, shadowing out the figure. Behind them you see reds and whites, fabrics pushing up from the ground, forming structures. As the laughter, as the man lifting his head back, chuckling maniacally, As they push their head back forward, it elongates. The shadow, no features visible. Now only a dark silhouette of a top hat. And that's where we're going to end the night. So.
It's never good when he gives the finger
You-
gun.
Excuse
Son of a
me?
bitch. It all
Right?
goes back to the Dark Carnival.
So.
Motherfucker! I mean, cool! See you next week.
Yay.
On that note, we will see you on Friday for At Our Defense, or what was it? What was it again?
In our defense.
The defense rests. The
motion carries.
the nice little one shot on Friday that Emery is going to host for us. So, and then we will be back to this plot line next Tuesday. Unfortunately, Perry is going to be on vacation the next 2 weeks, so we will be without Perry for the next couple weeks. But we'll see what happens with Butch in 3 weeks when he returns. So enjoy your vacation and have a blast.
Thank you. I'll make a new character just in case.
But we will.
Which comes back in a box.
We will see the rest of you.
No.
We will see all of you on Friday for our one
Not that
shot.
kind of box turtle.
And then and then again we will continue. God damn it.
Sorry.
We will continue this plot line on Tuesday at 8:30 Eastern Time here at twitch.tv/thosenaturalones and youtube.com/@thosenaturalones and kick.com/thosenaturalones. Thank you, and we will see you on Friday for a one shot.
Where maybe the players that will be there for Friday might roll more natural ones than they anticipated.
Oh no.
Oh no, it should be fun. And we will see you then. Have a fantastic rest of your week.